On the Qinghai Tibetan Plateau, there is an ancient monastery called Samye Monastery. In the 8th century AD, it was from here that a great master ushered in the golden age of Tibetan Buddhism. His name was Padmasambhava. Today, let us explore together the life of this great master. Some people may ask, was Guru Rinpoche merely a mythical figure or a real historical person? The answer is that he truly existed. In the faith of the Tibetan people, he has never died. And to this day, he still remains with all sentient beings. The story begins in the northwest of India, in the kingdom of Oddiyana, which is today's Swat region of Pakistan. This is a real historical location, not a legend. At that time, the king, Indrabhuti, had no heir, so he gave away all the treasures of the kingdom in charity. And finally, on a lotus in the middle of a lake, he discovered a baby boy. The child said to the king, "My father is Amitabha Buddha, and my mother is light-skinned." This young child was Padmasambhava. The king was moved to tears and brought the child back to the palace. He displayed extraordinary wisdom, and in front of many masters, he studied grammar, crafts, astronomy, and medicine. However, when he was 16 and about to inherit the throne, he said to his father, the king, "The kingdom is a prison, and only death is liberation." So he resolutely left and went alone into the 8 great Charnel grounds. He practiced among piles of skulls for 12 years, mastering all the knowledge of the world, and then discarded it all. While people pursued supernatural powers, what he sought was to no longer be bound by anything. It was then that Tibetan King Trisong Detsen invited Padmasambhava to Tibetan region to spread the Dharma, facing fierce opposition from local deities. Obstacles such as lightning and plague followed one after another. Many people thought that Padmasambhava came to Tibetan region to tame demons, but it wasn't so. He subdued them with compassion and wisdom. With just a gentle lift of his hand, he dispelled all disasters. It is said that on a cliff, the handprint he left can still be seen to this day. The chaotic demons and spirits were subdued as Dharma protectors, guarding the Dharma for ages. Thus, the Tibetan people respectfully call him the second Buddha. King Trisong Detsen asked Padmasambhava, if Buddhism was to take root in Tibetan region, what should be the first step? Padmasambhava replied, "Build a monastery that will never collapse." This monastery is called Samye Monastery. Its appearance was a vision manifested by Padmasambhava in the palm of his hand. The bottom level is Tibetan style, the middle is Chinese style, and the top is Indian style. This signifies that Buddhism has no national boundaries. On the day Samye Monastery was completed, Padmasambhava witnessed the very first group in Tibetan region, the ordination of 7 monks. Starting from them, Tibetan region had its own monastic community. They later became the first generation of patriarchs of the Nyingma school, and Padmasambhava is the very root of the Nyingma school. Padmasambhava's footprints are recorded in history in the 20th century in the Mogao Library Cave in Dunhuang. Scholars discovered first-hand records from the Tubo period, which are primary sources, unaltered, of Padmasambhava's biographies. Over 1,000 different versions of his biography exist. The ancient scriptures and architectural murals of Samye Monastery stand as silent witnesses to the 8th century, when there was a great master from the land of Oddiyana who came to the snowy Tibetan plateau. This is not a myth. It is well-documented history. Padmasambhava stayed in Tibetan region for over 50 years. Yet he accomplished 5 key events in Tibetan history. First, he founded Tibetan region's first monastery with 3 jewels, Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. The completion of Samye Monastery marked the true rooting of Buddhism in Tibetan region, putting an end to the previous state of Buddhist scriptures and statues, but no formal monastic community. Second, he trained a large number of Tibetan translators and practitioners. Together with his disciples, he translated hundreds of Sanskrit Buddhist scriptures into Tibetan. Among them, the 25 most renowned disciples all attained extraordinary realization. They also became the core lineage holders and important sources of the Nyingma tradition. It can be said that without Padmasambhava, there would be no later Tibetan Buddhism. Third, he transformed Tibetan region's native deities into Buddhist protectors. He accepted and subdued the original beliefs, so that the mountain and lake spirits were no longer enemies but became protectors of the Dharma. This then allowed the Dharma to flourish smoothly in Tibetan region. Fourth, he concealed hidden treasures, preserving the teachings for millennia, preparing for future conflicts and calamities. He hid countless precious teachings in mountains, lakes, and caves, or sealed them within the minds of his disciples. For 13 centuries, successive generations of Tertones have rediscovered and shared these teachings. Many practices of the Nyingma school today still originate from the Terma hidden by Guru Rinpoche back then. The fifth, concealing Terma together with Yeshe Tsogyal. Guru Rinpoche and his consort Yeshe Tsogyal attained the immortal rainbow body. This is not about living forever, but about transcending the bonds of birth and death. Yeshe Tsogyal later became one of the greatest female practitioners in Tibetan Buddhism. She recorded and compiled the vast majority of Guru Rinpoche's teachings. Without her, what we know of Guru Rinpoche today would be cut by more than half. After transmitting all the teachings, Guru Rinpoche said, "I am leaving now." His 25 heart disciples knelt on the ground and wept. Guru Rinpoche turned back and spoke a phrase known to every Tibetan: "I neither come nor go. With faith I am always present." He did not die. Tibetans say he rode a celestial horse to the southwestern land of the Rakshasas to liberate the beings there. Before leaving, he sealed countless teachings, leaving them for future treasure revealers. Today, when you recite Guru Rinpoche's mantra, he is right by your ear. Today, when you pray to Guru Rinpoche, he is right in your heart. They believe when you recite, he is present. When you have faith, he has never left.